Hi there, it's your favorite ex-JEHOVAH'S Witness, Worldly Sam. Welcome back to part 2 of me anonymously interviewing a good friend of mine that's a PIMI Jehovah's Witness. Staying in once again as his face is my love, Mark.
Hey.
And remember, if you'd like to hear my little speech on why I'm doing this, refer back to part 1. Let's get started. If someone were to ask you about big issues in the organization that have caught the media's attention, such as child abuse, people dying from refusing blood, and the disfellowshipping/shunning arrangement, what would your honest answer be?
I'll touch on each one. Child SA. Personally, I despise anyone who participates in any form of SA. SEGS is something that is supposed to be special and honorable, not to be used to satisfy demonic desires. Yes, demonic. I've recently learned why it is demonic, and it blew my mind. Not everyone who is a witness was born one. Through therapy and research, I've learned that the brain doesn't really forget things, at least not until old age, but there have even been reports of people with Alzheimer's who used to play the piano and can still play, even if they don't know they can. It just pushes them so far back that it feels like you forgot. But the same reason you may have forgotten a song you used to listen to in your childhood, when someone plays it, say, 20 years later, you react and it may light up because of a memory you have forgotten. In the same way, some people may have traits that are either suppressed or restrain the feeling. I know myself, I still fight to keep my anger and hatred for things at bay. I do find myself ready to throw hands regularly. There is more involved before a person cracks from the thing they've been holding back, but the topic I can better clarify another time because it would take a very long time to go over it. There is a more in-depth answer to the blood issue, so I will give the short answer for you now. I like adrenaline as much as the next guy. And if someone told me, hey, you can have all the fun you want, try anything, do anything, and if you die, I literally have the power to bring you back. Well, I'd jump in front of a train just for fun. And when he brings me back, I would love to swim with sharks, no cage, simply because I can, and no other reason. Now that sounds ridiculous, but if Jehovah says, hey, I can take care of all these things for you, I can cure all your sicknesses, remove death from you, and even bring back your loved ones. All I ask is for loyalty and support. I'd be less worried about protecting a life that is full of dishonesty, a government that doesn't care about its people, violence, and SA. I don't want this life. Whether this is true or not, I'd rather die happy and at peace with my life than gain another 10, 20, 50 years in a system that has already been proven to not care about my life. The doctors who let patients die so they can use their organs for another when the host hasn't fully passed yet. Managers who drive freaking 2024 BMW Series 5, stacking their pockets and leaving me to barely make more than $125 a month full-time to provide for my family. I don't want that. Disfellowshipping is similar to a teenager who outright disrespects their parents and does something that his parents clearly told him not to do. He may be grounded, may lose the opportunity to hang out with their friends, and may be restricted to going to school, coming home, and doing their homework. If they are given the opportunity to apologize and correct what they did, but then refuse to change or apologize, they may experience a more harsh punishment, and usually, if over 18 years old, they may get kicked out of their house. If there are other siblings in the family, the parents may not want the actions of the one child to rub off on the other children. Taking action to maintain a decent household by the parents is a sound decision, not a harsh one. And if the son decides to correct his ways and even apologize to the parents would be delighted. Of course, there is more to discuss on the topic, but this is the short answer as to why disfellowshipping takes place.
Okay, thank you. And what do you wish people understood more about JWs?
Just like any other person, Jehovah's Witnesses are regular people who do regular things like go to the movies, go to parties, do fun things like snowboarding, motorcycle riding, going to college, all kinds of stuff. Don't just take things at face value because it's a very far from black and white situation. Dig deeper and compare and then make your own decision.
Okay. And what are the biggest differences between JWs and non-JWs from your standpoint?
The biggest difference between Jehovah's Witnesses and those who aren't is their love for Jehovah and how much time is spent learning about Jehovah. Again, it's a lot deeper than this, but for me, as I've learned more and as I've gotten closer to Jehovah, I've learned how to actually live life and have fun. I've been able to feel better about all the things I do because of the relationship I have with Jehovah. That's why I've treated you better than any of the others I have here, because I have actually learned what we are supposed to do, what we're supposed to be doing, and how Jehovah actually wants us to live.
And if there weren't so many JW rules/doctrines, how different would your life look like right now?
That's one of the things I've learned. All these rules that people have followed, and because that's the perspective people feel things should be, I have become extraordinarily dogmatic. Jesus was the end of the rules and taught principle. And when you learn more about Jehovah, you find he is a God of principle. Many have a hard time learning this, and life would definitely be better if everyone would just learn that and make it their way of life. As for doctrines, there is only one, that Jehovah is God. Jesus is his son, that mankind was originally supposed to live a peaceful life forever, but Adam wanted to be irresponsible, or as I put it, stupid, and that one day soon this world will pass and things will be back to the way it was originally intended.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to share with me that you think is relevant about the JWs or yourself?
Yeah. Ask, ask, ask. People need to keep on trying to make sense of how they would view the world, religion, and Jehovah's Witnesses. I take great pleasure in explaining what things are supposed to be like. I personally don't like not knowing. So for me, any type of studying is welcome for me, whether it's my computer science, economics, or Jehovah. But not everyone is that way. For those who are, I point them in the direction to go study. And for those who aren't, I help them to make sense of what the truth really is.
Thank you very much, R, for taking the time to write out all those thoughtful responses and for agreeing to be a part of a video, which I'm really hoping will soften the perspectives of some in certain regards. And there you have it, my fellow Wordlies. I appreciate you all so much for taking the time to watch this multi-part video. Please make sure to like, comment, follow, share the link with others, and maybe even subscribe to my YouTube channel. Wordly Sam
And Never in Mark.
out.